All right. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Anthony Anthem, aka Black Fabio, aka the Midnight Marauder, aka Mr. AKA. And right now, we are in my bedroom. And I decided, you know what? I am going to try something different. This is going to be something smaller. For a lot of y'all that don't know who I am, I run a podcast called The Delivery Bros. That's something that I've been doing for like almost 2 years now. There's been a lot going on, but today I am going to do something different from my regular podcast. So here we go with the content here. First of all, I don't know what I'm going to do with this page. Second of all, yes, a mess. I need a hot shower. It's been a wrong day. I haven't even been in my house for the last 24 hours. So, let's talk about it. Alright, so here's what happened. I went to the hospital. You know that feeling you get when you just have something, just not right? Like you can just feel it in your soul. Like that you just don't feel right. Yeah. Turned out I'm glad I went with my gut feeling because my blood pressure was like 200 and something over 144. Yeah. Stroke level. This is not the first time this has happened. I want to be honest. It's like the third time. So I want to make this personal public service announcement right now. For those who are struggling with any medical conditions, especially high blood pressure, and they really can't figure out what the fuck it is. Like usually it comes from and that's just it. I'm a heavy guy. I ain't going to sit here and lie. I'm 500 pounds of dude. Yeah, 500. Yes, that's half a ton. F you guys. I already know what you're thinking at first. But anyways, so according to the doctor, they're trying to figure out what the hell's going on with me. I still got to go in for tests. But, so, the reason why I decided to go is just like, for instance, okay, I don't exercise a lot. I admit it. Actually, I mean, it's kind of obvious. I don't exercise, okay? I am a big motherfucker who likes to eat. But, what's up about what's happening is I was really just like out of it. It was like I was just abnormal. Like things weren't working out. Like for instance, walking small distances were like practically killing me. Like it's one thing, I'm going up a few flight of stairs, or it's like a super long distance or something like that. I mean, yeah, I'm fat. I get it. I'm carrying a whole bunch of weight. I'm going to work harder. But when it comes to me going like a short distance, like for instance, went to my mom's house, went to go grab something that I had mailed, and I'm breathing hella heavy, just going to my car, which is like 10, 15 feet away. I knew something was fucked, man. I'm talking about, I was like, yeah, not so good. Not great. But I was like, I told myself I was going to be more responsible about what I do for myself. And that included, taking my health serious in these last couple of years. And to be quite honest, I've actually let myself down on that one. But I knew I needed to get my ass to a hospital because something did not feel right. So I go to the hospital and I'm like, yo, this is happening and this is happening. I'm basically explaining everything that I just told you. And they got me in like that. They checked my blood pressure. The freaking nurse was like, holy shit, end quote. I am saying this with quotations. I'm quoting the guy. He said, holy shit. He was like, yeah, we're going to need to, let's go ahead and run some tests. We're gonna get an EKG. So let me tell you, like 5 people were in the room I was sitting in the emergency room. I'm talking about they're like working fast. I'm like seeing them working faster than a freaking NASCAR team. Like they're just sit there. Next thing you know, what I look at the Christmas tree, and they do an EKG. I end up going to a back room to do a chest X-ray, and next thing you know, what I'm in ICU. I'm in ICU, and they're telling me, okay, we're gonna need to keep you overnight. I'm like, he's staying at the hospital, but I'm just like, there's no way to avoid this, sister. Nope. It's a good thing you came. So, notes. I don't have insurance because, one, I have a job that gives insurance, but the insurance is so bad. I mean, it is horrible. At this point, I might as well be uninsured. That's how bad the insurance is. Now, I did look in the marketplace and stuff like that, but they didn't have anything that really would suit me. So, I'm not going to lie. Insurance is a bitch to have. We got to get better at that. Because our insurance sucks here in America. Canada, give us some advice. How do you do it? That's a whole different story for another day. Anyway, so, I'm thinking to myself, okay, you know what? Costs. I'm here now, so let's just do it. So anyway, so I'm sitting there, and I mean, I'm getting like checked on every hour. I got one thing hooked up to my finger. I got an IV in the other arm. I wonder if I still got some of the stuff on there. Probably not. But if you can look close, that's where they jabbed me. So anyway, so go to I got this IV on me. They put a breathing machine on me. They had me just like hooked the with shit. I'll see if I still got the picture on my phone or something like that. But anyway, we go through, and I'm getting potassium pills. I'm getting high blood pressure pills. I'm getting just like doses of different things. Like the fucking pills are like fucking horse pills. Okay, I'm talking about this big, like huge. I'm making a couple calls. I'm like, hey mom, I'm in the hospital. What the fuck is that? I thought you were just getting off of work. What the fuck happened? And I'm just like, I just needed to go to the hospital. Well, it's like, I'm glad you went to the hospital, but what the fuck's going on? And I told her what's going on. It's just like, yeah, I'm glad you took your ass to the hospital. So, tell my mom what happened. Cool. Text my brother. So, don't get mad, but I'm in the hospital. I'm gonna you. My brother. Text a couple other friends, let them know what's going on. A couple of them from out of the country. I'm getting yelled at on Facebook. Yeah. So, anyway, so, on top of that, I found out that the reason why my heart is acting messed up is because I'm low on potassium. This has happened the last couple times. I have some type of potassium deficiency that they're still trying to figure out what it is. Hopefully we can get to the bottom of this because I got to go see them next week. But I am not going to lie. I hate the doctor. I try to avoid the doctor. Sometimes they want me to go there early. I know. I'm a flake when it comes to my health, and it's one of the worst things. If I don't get it together, I'm going to die before I'm 50. Yeah. Yeah, the world's most irresponsible 30-year-old is me. Okay, so they are pumping bags of potassium in me throughout the day, throughout the night. I got in about 4:30. I left the hospital around 5:30ish, almost 6 o'clock. So I went through about 10 bags of potassium. And let me tell you right now, potassium is like putting acid in your veins. It is like liquid fire. It is like, this is what capital punishment feels like if you were a part of like Al Qaeda or something like that. This is how you get people to scream and talk. going through my veins. It's just this acidic feeling that's just burning my arm from inside the vein that it went through all the way up, and just it's how I felt. And this went on for several hours throughout a 24-hour period. And on top of that, I was still taking potassium pills too. So the normal thing for a person to have in potassium levels, I found out, in your heart is like 35, 36. I was at 28. And then on top of that, they've been trying to check on a couple things. They're saying there might be some type of deficiency where apparently I pump a natural steroid. What was it called? What the hell was it called? It was... And no, I've never taken steroids a day in my life. But it's something that's in the body, okay? It's cortisone. That's what it is. It's cortisone. And cortisone is a natural steroid that's in the human body. But apparently my body has this weird deficiency where it pumps it like crazy. Like, it gives me like this boost of steroids for my heart, but it's also hurting my heart because it's, well, even though it's a natural steroid, it's still a steroid, is what I'm saying. That's why you see a lot of like old school baseball players and football players and pro wrestlers and stuff like that. They're dropping dead early because, and they're having signs of heart failure and stuff like that because of their use of steroids. In this case, I've never used steroids before, but it can do the same thing. It can basically tear my heart up from using so many steroids. So my heart is going like this. Like, it's almost like it's basically pushing itself into performance mode 24/7 to the point it makes me deficient in potassium and other things. And I'm like, damn, I eat a lot of bananas. But that doesn't help at all. So with that, it's complicating. I am not a doctor, first of all. I'm still trying to figure out what this is. They pretty much have me piss every hour too, so they've been checking my piss consistently because they're trying to figure out what is causing me to lose so much potassium. I did not know how important potassium is to a person's heart. I'm just getting educated on this. Look, I didn't know this. Okay, I barely paid attention in health class. And if you paid attention in health class, you're a better man than I did. I did not know the importance of potassium in your heart. I thought it was just something that stopped, that kind of helped with, blood cramp, like cramps and, stuff like that, certain areas. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know this also helped me from keeping my heart from cramping up. Because apparently, since the heart is a muscle, it can cramp up too. Basically, that's the situation. Okay, so doctor comes in. Okay, we also found out that he also has sleep apnea. I do. So we're pretty much just finding out I'm all up. So after running a couple tests, and then I gotta go back next week. I gotta basically do a piss survey thing where I'm pissing in this brown bottle container, which sounds freaking embarrassing, but apparently they want me to go basically 24 hours checking on my piss. So every time I gotta pee in this container. They want me to do it for 24 hours. So basically they want to go through the mixture of my piss to figure out what is going on. What is going on with my urine? To basically answer the question, is it the steroid? Could it be the steroid thing? Could it be what's causing my potassium deficiency? I mean, there's a lot of obvious issues too. Like exercise needs to come into play. My diet comes into play too. And I try not to eat a lot of sodium as is. I'm not going to sit here and lie though. With this damn COVID, I've been eating like shit. Like, I'm talking about next level shit. I'm talking, like, I haven't really given a f***. I just started cooking again, especially since I moved in. Cause I just moved in my apartment, like, 2 weeks ago. I mean, I'm trying to be more healthy and cook at home and just be a little bit more responsible with my well-being. But not gonna lie, it's almost easier to go pick up a damn cheeseburger, which I'm trying to avoid because, look, if I die right now, it'd probably be the most selfish thing I could do right now. But I got a lot of reasons why I still need to live, and it's not fair to people that care about me. So I'm probably gonna have to take the doctor really fucking seriously this time because I can't keep on doing this to people. But my point is, I think people need to hear this story because they're probably going through the same shit. I mean, how about you? How do you deal with everyday life when you have, some type of problem? I mean, that you probably caused yourself, basically. I can't blame nobody else. It's like, it's your fault that you gave me high blood pressure. It's your fault that I ate this way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No. I'm taking full responsibility for my fucking health. I can't blame nobody else for that shit. I ate like shit. And then on top of that, I've done some irresponsible things in my past. So, it is what it is. Now I gotta figure out how to work this shit out. I did find out I'm not diabetic, thank you God, even though I am fucking heavy. So, it's a good thing that I don't try to process everything with sugars and shit like that. I mean, I am a starch king, don't get me wrong. I like my fucking starch. Pasta. Ooh. Rice dishes. Oh. Okay, see, I just had a fucking moment. And also, hospital food sucks. I'm just going to let y'all know that right now. I only got to eat once, but during the one time I ate, I had never had the most tasteless eggs in my life. There was no seasoning. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Fuck that. Another reason why I hate the hospital. The food is not food. The food is just something that somewhat keep you alive. It's basically just sloppy.